I think you do need a certain mentality to play for Liverpool. My drive at Liverpool was to win every single day. So often I saw a lot of Liverpool players who would start really well, whatever it may be, and I saw too many players never recover from that. The big clubs, it's not enough to play for them. And I know some people think, I played for this club, and it's on your CV, and it's a great achievement to get to a Liverpool, a United, Chelsea, City. But it's not enough to play for, and you've got to win. The whole existence of those clubs is about winning. If they're not winning, there's no point. You know, so that was my thing. My drive at Liverpool was to win every single day.
When Gerard Houllier came in as a manager, it's Houllier. Is it Houllier? Gerard. We'll just call him Gerard Houllier. When he arrived at Liverpool in, I think it was 1986? 1998. 1998, he came into the club. The players took to him at first, that I read, because one of the key decisions he made was around Paul Ince.
Mm. You say the players took to him?
Yeah.
No, I think he found it difficult to start with.
Oh, really?
I think there was a big split in the camp, in that the players who'd come before that with Roy Evans and Gerard Houllier came in, he was new to it. And yeah, I think it was tough for him in that first season. Yeah.
Did that turn at some point? Did he win the trust of the players?
Yeah. I mean, he put Paul Ince, a great fella. I get on great with Paul Ince. Great player as well. Didn't have the career at Liverpool he's had maybe at other clubs. And I think Gerard Houllier just wanted to make a fresh start, and he wanted to, I think a lot of managers do it. They take on, you know, the big guy, if you like. And he was certainly that. I think he was maybe England's captain or vice captain at the time. But he wanted to completely revolutionise Liverpool and completely change it. And yeah, he had words with Paul Ince. And the thing was not about him having words as such, but also the fact that he didn't sort of back down. He really held his own. He had a strong argument in the team meeting. And you think, wow, he just stood up to probably one of the best midfield players of his generation.
What was that strong argument in the team meeting?
It was over Paul Ince questioning what we were doing in training, as senior pros do at times. You know, we're trying to get it right. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? And I think Gerard Houllier saw it as his opportunity to sort of stamp his authority. It was almost like, I would imagine, he was glad Paul Ince had said it, and it was Paul Ince in some ways. And I don't think the message was for Paul Ince, because I think he was always going to get rid of Ince. I think the message was to the rest of us, you know, don't try and take me on. This is what we're going to do.
Publicly in the team meeting, told Paul.
Yeah, basically, no, you wouldn't be at this club anymore, but he questioned his desire in a game. And to be fair, Paul Ince was probably one of the bravest footballers you'd see. But in a particular game against Manchester United, we'd lost it 2-1 and we'd lost 2 goals in the last minute. And I think it was a very sore defeat for everyone. So I think everyone was a little bit emotional about it. And because Ince jumped up and said something, he just went straight back and said he wasn't happy that he'd come off. He shouldn't have come off. My captain should come off on a stretcher from Old Trafford. And it was interesting with Gerard Houllier in that we had him, the first foreign manager, and all of a sudden people would associate him with this flair football and being maybe a bit nice. But that was what the Liverpool team was before Gerard Houllier came. He completely went the other way and wanted big, strong, powerful players, aggression. And that's why me and him had such a great relationship, because I was such a competitor. Maybe didn't have the quality that some of the players had in the Roy Evans team, if you like, and some of the football they played was outstanding. But he just wanted people who would die for that shirt.
Because I read that part of the reason why his reign as manager sort of came to an end was because he made some bad signings, and he didn't really inquire enough about the players that he was signing's character and their personality. And I was just so compelled by that idea that that's one of the most important things when you're building teams, is finding people that have the same like mentality and character versus just great sort of technical players. I think about the same in business. Like, I'm always considering how someone will support our culture, make our culture better, raise the bar in terms of like that mentality versus just being able to do fucking 1,000 kick-ups or whatever. Loads of skills.
Yeah, I think you do need a certain mentality to play for Liverpool.
What is that mentality?
And the other big clubs. To be able to withstand pressure, criticism, that comes your way. So often I saw a lot of Liverpool players who would start really well, and it wouldn't make me think we've got a great player here. I'd always think, let's say a couple of months down the line, because I knew what was coming. Because every player goes through a few bad games, he gets criticism, whatever it may be. And I saw too many players never recover from that. And that tells me that for me, the top level football is mentality. Do you have that personality, character to get you through those tough moments and come back and fight back and not give in?
Can you teach that?
I don't know. You tell me. What do you think?
I tend to believe that it comes from experience. I think resilience and that sort of those character traits come from being knocked down loads of times. So when the 10th failure or knockdown comes, or the 10th moment of hardship comes, you're more equipped to deal with it. So players that haven't been through the tougher, challenges in their life, maybe in their personal life, maybe where they come from, don't have that.
Well, it's interesting. We're doing this afternoon, and this morning we someone in for a knee operation.
Your son did?
Yeah.
Right.
So he's going in for a knee operation. He's a professional footballer. And painfully, haven't been able to probably sleep about it, thinking about it, you just want to do as much as you can, to help them, because it's your son. But the thing I keep drumming home to him, and I keep saying it almost every day, we're not using this as an excuse. This is not getting in the way. It's like, this has happened, is it? Okay, bump, we're going again. It's like, this I know for a lot of people, or players, or young players, or wherever it may be, would be a hurdle to come across, and understandably so. But it's not in years to come going to be, I didn't quite do what I wanted because of that knee op. Yeah, and this never happened, and that. It's like, no. There's going to be lots of things in his career, as in my career, obstacles in the way. You've got to get over them. You've got to get them out the way, or you've got to deal with it and then keep going. Nothing's, and that was always my mindset, and that's what I'm trying to put into my son. I'm pretty confident he's got that mindset of nothing stops you, nothing gets in your way. You don't use anything as an excuse or a reason why something didn't happen. That no excuse mentality. You keep going. No obstacles in the way.
One of the things I read was that Gerard Houllier, I can't say his bloody name. Houllier, cool. One of the reasons why he ultimately ended up leaving the club was because he had started to lose his authority in the dressing room. Now, Peter Crouch said to me that great managers, even when they don't know the right answers, pretend they do. Because they know that if they ever get to a point where the players know that they're not in control, then the authority's gone. And there was a story I read about Gerard Houllier picking a team and then going and asking Gerard if it was the correct team. And then Gerard said it's not the correct team and changed it. This happened in spring in 2004 in the run-up to a Premier League match away to Manchester United. Gerard Houllier picked the team, but then consulted with Gerard whether the selection was right, who said it wasn't right, and then Houllier changed it.
I don't, it rings a bell. I don't know the specific game, if that was the right game, but I think towards the end of his time, I think the results aren't going well. And managers, no matter who they are, they will lose confidence. And Stevie at that time was obviously a megastar, and you're trying to maybe keep people on side, if you like. Not that I think the players were ever offside with Gerard Houllier, but that confidence and belief in the manager starts to ebb away when results don't go well. I wouldn't say Gerard Houllier ever lost the dressing room in terms of how we felt about him as a man, but it was a time for it to come to an end.
If you love the Diary of a CEO brand and you watch this channel, please do me a huge favour. Become part of the 15% of the viewers on this channel that have hit the subscribe button. It helps us tremendously, and the bigger the channel gets, the bigger the guests.